Hello students. In earlier class of plant water relation, we studied about imbibition, that is the transport process, imbibition, diffusion. Today we are going to study about osmosis. Now what is meant by osmosis? Because osmosis is a process by which water enters into the cytoplasm of the root hair cell. Osmosis is a process by which water enters in the cytoplasm of the root hair cell. Before knowing the definition of osmosis, let's revise the definition of diffusion. Now, what is diffusion? It is the movement of ions, atoms, or molecules from higher concentration to the lower concentration. From higher concentration to the lower concentration until and unless an equilibrium is reached. Whereas osmosis is the movement of water or the other molecules from the lower concentration to the higher concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane. What is meant by osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water or any other solvent molecules from the lower concentrated solution to the higher concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane. As osmosis is a process by which the movement of water molecules or any other solvent from the lower concentration, or we can say from the solution of a lower concentration to a solution of higher concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Let's first understand what is meant by concentration here. Concentration means the number of solute molecules present in a solution. So if I'll say there are number of sugar molecules present in a solution, then that is said to be the concentration of that particular solution. If I say there are number of salt molecules in a given solution, then its concentration will be the number of salt molecules present in that particular solution. So here higher concentrated and lower concentrated determines the number of solute molecules present in a solution. So more the solute, more the concentrated solution, so it becomes a stronger solution. Whereas less the concentration, so less the solute molecules, so it is the weaker solution. So if we see the cytoplasm, what do the cytoplasm consist of? It consists of various minerals, salts, sugar, etc. So the cytoplasm comprises of minerals, salt, sugar, such kind of number of solute molecules. So we can say that the cytoplasm has the stronger solution as compared to the outside the cell. So cytoplasm has a stronger solution, right, or highly concentrated. That's why the water will enter from the cell to the cytoplasm. That is from the cell, sorry, not from the cell, but from outside of the cell. It will enter into the cytoplasm based on the principle of osmosis. So the water enters, hence the water enters the cytoplasm by a process called as osmosis. So as you can see, here are certain new terms to study, that is isotonic, hypotonic, hypertonic. Isotonic solution, hypotonic solution and hypertonic solution. First we will understand what is meant by hypotonic solution. Here hypo means less. Less what? Less concentrated. When I say less concentrated, concentration means the number of solute molecules are less. So in this particular solution, the number of solute molecules are less as compared to the cell present, which is dipped in this solution. So as the solution is less concentrated, or we can say that is hypotonic, when a cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, this cell consists of more concentration, or we can say the solute molecules present in the cell are more. The solute molecules present in the cell are more as compared to the solute molecules present in the solution are less. Okay, this is more concentrated and this is less concentrated. And what does osmosis say? That is movement from lower to higher concentration. So here in this, as this is it is highly concentrated, this has lower concentration, then what will be the water movement? Let's see. As the osmosis say that the movement will be from lower to higher concentration. That means the water will travel from the solution to the cell, and as the water will travel from the solution to the cell, then because of the entry of water molecules, the cell will become swelled up. Why? Because water has entered and it becomes a swelled up cell, and this swelling up is known as turgidity or turgid. The cell becomes turgid. Why? Because water has entered into the cell. Why? Because it is placed in a hypotonic solution. That's why now the cell will become turgid, and that swelling up is known as turgidity of the cell. This is about the hypotonic solution. Now the hypertonic solution. Hyper means more. So it is a solution where number of solute molecules is more as compared to the cell placed in that solution. So this cell has less number of solute molecules, whereas this has more number of solute molecules. And because of that, what will happen? The movement of water, as it is from lower to higher, right? So it will move into the hypertonic solution, and because of that, what will happen? The cell will shrink, or it will cause shrinkage. This will cause shrinkage of the cell. Why? Because यहाँ पे concentration कम था. The number of solute molecules were less in the cell as compared to the solution. इसलिए पानी जो है, the water movement is from the cell to the solution, and thus it results in shrinkage. And whenever shrinkage occurs, it is known as exoosmosis. Whereas when the water enters into the cell and cell becomes turgid, that phenomenon is known as endoosmosis. So here endoosmosis occurs whenever a cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, endoosmosis will occur, whereas when a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, exoosmosis will occur. Now coming to the isotonic solution. In isotonic solution, the number of solid molecules present in the solution and the number of solid molecules present in the cell are equal, that is equivalent. So there is no chance of any form of osmosis. So this is about isotonic solution, hypotonic solution and hypertonic solution. One more thing to understand is, whenever this shrinkage occurs, whenever the cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, whenever the shrinkage occurs, the shrinkness is because of the cell wall, and that shrinkage of the cell wall is known as plasmophilia. plasmolysis. But this plasmolysis can be rectified. How it can be rectified? The plasmolyzed cell, when placed in a hypotonic solution, again it will come back to its original structure, and that is known as deplasmolysis. Deplasmolysis, which can occur in hypotonic solution. Now a new term is there, that is osmotic pressure. Now what is osmosis? That we studied already. That is the movement of water molecules or a solvent from the lower concentration of the solution, from the solution of the lower concentration to the solution of higher concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Now we are going to study about the osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure, how it is being determined? It is being determined by counting, that is the number of solute molecules present in a solution. What is osmotic pressure? Osmotic pressure is nothing but the total number of solute molecules present in a solution. So what will be the osmotic pressure of pure water? Pure water consists of no solute. So osmotic pressure of pure water will be, it will be 0. So osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the number of solute molecules present in a solution. Now there is one more term, that is Turgor pressure. The next term is, after osmotic pressure, is Turgor pressure. Now as we studied that when a cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, then the cell becomes turgid, and that when the turgidity occurs, then a hydrostatic pressure is developed in that particular cell. Because of that it gets swollen up, and that is known as Turgor pressure. So Turgor pressure is nothing but the turgidity of the cell, the pressure which is being made by water when it enters the cell. That is known as Turgor pressure. Turgor pressure is nothing but turgidity of that cell. We, I guess in the second lecture we studied about this DPD, diffusion pressure deficit. So if we have to calculate the diffusion pressure deficit of a cell, what we can do? It is osmotic pressure minus Turgor pressure will give you the diffusion pressure deficit of any solution. Now the next topic is concept of water potential. Now how water potential is determined? Water potential is the kinetic energy possessed by molecules is water potential. Water potential is nothing but kinetic energy possessed by molecules of that particular solution. So what will be the water potential of pure water? The water potential of pure water is always 0, and as the solute will increase, as the number of solute will increase in any solution, the water potential will decrease. More the concentrated solution, less the water potential, and therefore the water potential, what can be the water potential of a plant cell? Water potential of plant cell will always be negative, that is less than 0. The water potential of pure water is 0, Whereas when the number of solute molecules in a solution increases, the water potential decreases. Thus, the water potential of plant cell will always be less than 0, that is negative. One more thing, that the water potential is being signified as psi, and it is measured in the units of pascals. Do remember, this can come in your MCQs. Unit of psi is measured in pascals. Psi is water potential is signified by psi. Okay. Now we understood what is meant by water potential, but why we are studying water potential? We know that imbibition, diffusion, osmosis, these are all the processes by which the movement of water occurs. Yes, in the root hair cell. But what about water potential? How does it help? The reason why we studied water potential is we know that the root hair cell, the water enters through osmosis. That is, first it enters with the help of imbibition, then through the cell wall it enters with the process of diffusion, and then from the cell wall to the plasma membrane. At the interface of the cell wall and plasma membrane, osmosis is a process by which water enters into the cytoplasm. But there are many other cells in the plant. How does their movement occurs? Now it occurs with the help of water potential. Water potential helps the movement of water from cell to cell. From cell to cell. But कैसे? मतलब एक सेल से दूसरे सेल को दे दिया, फिर उसके पास वापस आता है, कैसे? ये फ्लो कैसे होता है? Flow is, we know that the number of solute molecules more the water potential decreases, that is below 0. That means it becomes less. It becomes negative. So the movement of water is from cell to cell because of water potential. मतलब less negative cell say it will go to more negative cell. What do you mean by, मैंने ये जो लिखा है लेस नेगेटिव सेल, मतलब जिसका साइड लेस नेगेटिव है और जिसका साइड मोर नेगेटिव है, वहां से यहाँ से वाटर यहाँ जाएगा. मतलब the number of solute molecules, the cell which is having the number of solute molecules more, the water will flow towards that cell more. Water potential, what is water potential? The kinetic energy of the molecules present. The kinetic energy of water is kinetic energy of water or water potential of pure water is always 0. And as the number of solid molecules increases, the water potential decreases. So the movement of water from cell to cell will be from less negative to more negative. That is, from less solute concentration to more concentrated or more solute solution. The movement of water will occur from cell to cell. Next topic we are going to study is about the pathways, but that we will discuss in the next lecture.